What's going on, guys? Auzio here. Welcome back to a brand new video. So today we have the team of the week moment 6, and we are pretty much going to give you like a review on the whole team by looking at their stats, looking how big of an upgrade it is from their previous card, giving you a price prediction. We are also going to go through the traits one more time, and then I'll give you guys the best chem style to actually use on the card. But the first card we do have is actually Griezmann, and I'll tell you what, this Griezmann card is actually looking pretty decent. Now, without a doubt, I do believe the Hunter chem style is definitely the way to go, simply because the acceleration that gets boosted, you have the finishing stats already, but it gets even upgraded a bit more. But the shot power was definitely the problem. The 85 shot power, I don't believe was going to be enough. You have the passing stats are insane, the agility stats are insane, and the stamina, that is insane. Now, he's even got, I do believe, yes, the high work rate. So if you are playing him in that striker position, stay forward, stay central, best instructions on him. With the cam role, I definitely do suggest is his best position, simply because Griezmann, I've seen, is always one of those players where he's a bit too predictable when going into inside the box. Everyone knows Griezmann is left-footed, and yes, he has got a clinical left foot, to be fair to him, but the freestyle weak foot, I would never cut onto it, so I would always read Griezmann's left foot unless I'm using the foot birthday card. But for me personally, I like to use Griezmann in the cam role. Reasons: the freestyle weak foot with passing wise, it's acceptable. With shooting wise, it's not acceptable at all. Now, we are going to look at the price: 153k, 300, and I would say 215, 230, something around there would be perfect for this card. He does have the outside foot shot trait, finesse shot trait, and the chip shot trait as well. So it's a really good card, and most likely I will be doing a play review on him. So we go on to the next one, Aubameyang. Now, this is actually the first time in a long time that we've actually seen two people in the team of the week with the outside foot shot trait, the finesse shot trait, and the chip shot trait. Aubameyang has it as well as Griezmann. Now, Aubameyang's always been one of those players where there's never been a perfect chem style for him. It depends what works for you. So you could go with a sniper, you could go with a maestro, you could go even with a deadeye if you really want to. But for me personally, I believe the maestro is perfect, simply because it boosts that shot power by 10, and it was 84, so you definitely need to boost it. The short passing as well, the little tick-attacker play would work on him now. With the agility, he's actually got decent agility with really good ball control now, and composure still being amazing. But the balance is always going to be the killer. Now, you obviously have to just gamble on the balance, make sure you're not turning at tight angles. The pace is perfect. But I believe Aubameyang's more one of those players, because he is 6'2", that he's more of a target man than anything. A player that's going to be there for a passing option, rather than a player that's obviously going to run onto something. Yeah, he can run onto something if you really want him to. But for me, I would prefer him on the ball, linking up the play a bit. But definitely striker position is his best position. And as I said, price prediction, 215. That's overloaded because the hype is right now. I would definitely suggest 300k. 300k for this card will actually be pretty decent, and I definitely will be doing a player review on him. Now we go on to Benzema. Benzema's a nice actual looking card because he's better than the team of the group stage card that came out as an untradeable SBC. So he's got the 88 card. I would predict... this is a hard one because this was untradeable, wasn't it? I'll go 80k. Pushing 90k, maybe even 100k, but definitely under 100k, full stop. Now, the best chem star for him, for me personally, I like to look at engine, simply because it doesn't boost his pace too much. And for me, Benzema's got a bulky body, a very muscular body in game, that you don't really want to run with him. But what do you call it? Shooting wise, I believe it is enough. Passing, outrageously good. You can even use him as a cam if you really want to. It boosts the balance, which I believe is one of the most important stats this year. Agility as well is really nice, to be fair to him. And he's got a 4-star, and I believe, if I check here real quick, he only has the outside foot shot trait. Yeah, he only has the outside foot shot trait, as you clearly can see right there. So yeah, engine, without a doubt, under 100k. He's looking like a pretty decent card, and most likely I will do a review on him. But there's a specific way to use Benzema. You can't use him as one of those players that's going to be agile. Use him as a target man, a player that is going to be the last man to take a touch, quickly turn, and take the shot. Now, we do have Firmino, the card that I have been wanting to see. some of you actually don't know, I have this card, the 88 version, red. I got him out of the, I think it was the 88 plus pack when they were doing FUT Champs. Pretty decent card. With the 5-star skill moves upgrade, is definitely a really interesting card. He's got the +2 shooting now, the +2 passing as well, the +2 dribbling. So this card is actually quite a big difference compared to the other one. For me personally, what chem style? You could go with an engine. You really could, because most likely this card won't be playing in a striker role. He will be playing in a cam role. So his shooting is good enough, apart from his shot power is a bit disappointing. Passing definitely does get a big boost. The agility as well, just make him feel good on the ball in the cam role, would be outrageous. And the stamina as well. But I tell you what, when it comes down to everything else, pace wise is not great. He's got like really bad strength and aggression as well. Hunter and engine, yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. If you want to use him as a striker, Hunter would definitely be the way to go. But if you want to use him as a cam, engine without a doubt. What traits does he have? I believe it could be the outside foot shot trait only. No, it's not. It's actually only the chip shot trait. That is interesting. That is something I actually didn't know. Now the 88 inform, 165k. 115k. This one is because it's more, yeah, +16 on defense. That's why it's 442. I would say 200k, 215k would probably be the perfect price for him. But it's definitely one that I would like to do a review on, simply because I got the 88 version as well, and I want to see how big of a difference between the two there are. So we move on to Arnautovic. Now Arnautovic, it's always been one of those players, let's all be fair, he's 6'4", no one really wants to use this card. But Hunter, I could definitely see where the Hunter would come out of, but for me, you have to get that agility up as much as possible. So most likely there's not much you can do, is there? What does people predict on this? Yeah, engine. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking engine will probably be the best to go, the way to go, simply because he's never going to be one of those players that, like, he's going to be able to move quick. So once again, you have to use him like you're using Benzema, a target man player that is going to just twist and then shoot. You twist the way you're facing, by the way. Don't do these twists and turns, because he's not going to be able to do it with the 79 agility. The 4-star is also really nice on him. What traits does he have? Because I've actually never used this card, I believe. He doesn't have any trait. That is a big killer. 86 is going for 42k. I would say probably 60k. Yeah, I would say 60k for this card. Yeah, it is a left wing as well. So he has got a striker version, which is an 84, but because the 86, that's weird. Why has he got a striker 84 in form? Sorry about that, in form, a left wing 86 in form, and an 87 right mid in form? That's a weird one. Now, I think that's the first ever time I've actually seen that. But yeah, he's definitely one of those players that you just got to quickly turn and shoot. And if it's a quick turn, you're going to be lucky, because the pace is not the greatest. For a 6'4" player, that's actually pretty decent pace, to be fair to him. Finishing is slacking. Long passing is really good. Cam roll is probably the best position for him. Engine chem style, without a doubt. Now, we do move on to Tadic. And for me, Tadic has... Let me delete these tabs, actually. Tadic has always been one of those players where he's never really been amazing in this game. He's really used for SBCs, if anything. But I would say, yeah, I would definitely say probably a Hunter. If anything, a Hunter is probably the way to go. You need to boost that pace as much as possible. I don't know who decided they wanted to do Shadow, but we move on at the end of the day, because these defensive stats are never going to get upgraded. But Hunter is probably just a way to go. If you say, the acceleration and sprint speed is not going to get saved, let's go for rather an engine. You could go for probably a Maestro as well, maybe pushing it. Maestro, I do believe, is probably perfect for him. You could even argue a marksman chem style as well. But for me, I believe Maestro is the way to go on him if you're using him in a cam role. If you're using him in a striker role, and God knows why you are, Hunter, without a doubt. Now, price prediction, I would say 30k. maybe not even that. 30k would probably be the way to go. Now, Perisic, he actually has a better version of this card, I believe. Yeah, he does. He has the season objective card, and this season objective card was absolutely god tier, and it is still better by quite a bit as well. A +3 pace on him. Now, best chem style to use on him, people are suggesting engine. Let me see if it's right. You could argue engine, but you could also argue hunter could be the way to go, but then his agility stats need boosting. Engine, you got a maestro you could push at as well, but yeah, I would definitely agree engine because of the +10 balance. But this is another card where not a lot of people use it. A lot of people actually use this card because the stats on this card was insanely better. And traits wise, I do believe he hasn't got any trait, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he doesn't have the outside foot shot trait, finesse shot trait, or even the chip shot trait. Price prediction, there's not really a mad price for this guy, is there? Let's all be fair. I would say 30k. Maybe pushing 40k, if anything. There's not much to say about this card because it's not outstanding. It's pretty decent, to be fair to him, and most likely I'll actually like to do a review on him because, especially in a cam role, a person which is 6'1" and decent agility, dribbling stats, he's got a decent pace on him. Shooting stats are actually alright. Passing is outrageous. Most likely I will be doing a review on him. But we do move on to Umtiti. Let's see how good this card is. Now, for me, without a doubt, it's a shadow, because shadow boosts the pace as much as possible. And I don't know if my camera's in the roll. Let me 92 centre back. All right, footbin. I think you're lying there, but we move on at the end of the day. But look at those oh my god, the standing tackle. This guy could be the real deal. It really could. Umtiti, beautiful defensive stats. Strength and aggression could be a bit boosted. Obviously, you could argue anchor at the end of the day. Where is it? It is there. But then the pace is slacking quite a bit. So unless you want that, to be fair, the 93 aggression I do believe is going to help with the pace. But for me to go, protect, a bit secure, if you want to call it, I would definitely suggest a shadow chem style. Passing is a bit of a sticky one. Agility is a bit of a sticky one as well. Obviously, he doesn't have any traits. Currently got for 30k. I would say they actually didn't upgrade the pace. EA, the only thing this card needs is pace, and you don't upgrade it. What am I seeing? I would say... Oh, this is a hard one, isn't it? I would say 50, 60, maybe even 70k. This card's good. It really is. But I would say 60k will probably be the perfect price. But we do move on to Koulibaly. Some really, really nice cards in this team of the week, I must say. And there's a lot to actually go through, which I enjoy. Now, Shadow Chem style could be the way to go. But for me, those defensive stats are already insane. So you could push an anchor. An anchor probably might be the way to go. But I'm looking at a pace and I don't think it's going to go well. So, Shadow, I understand it could be a bit of a waste with putting the Shadow Chem style on him. But for me personally, I believe that's all this card needs. You put a Shadow Chem style on him, his pace is insane. His defending is outrageous. Every time I play this card, I believe it was a team in the group stage card. Yes, it is. Every time I play the team in the group stage card, it absolutely destroys me. Literally every time. You just run up to the person, click B, and it's an interception or a tackle straight away. Aggression is already high enough. Strength is more than high enough. Agility and passing is the biggest problems about this card. But a really nice card either way. Price prediction. Oh, that's interesting. He already has a team of the week moments. I did not know that. 112k. I believe it's 112k. But Shadow, definitely the way to go on him. Martinez, there's nothing really to say about this card, if I'm going to be honest with you. Shadow, without a doubt. And even with that, pace is not great. Price prediction. Because he's an 86 overall, I believe 38k, maybe pushing 45k, if anything. But yeah, defensive stats are out of this world. Like, he really is a good defensive player. But if you're talking about pace-wise, especially with like a Dama Traore, Daniel James, you got Kent nowadays, Martinez is not going to catch up to him. So I definitely try to avoid this card at all costs. Let's see if there's anyone on the bench. Belotti, what like a quote-unquote piss take, if you want to call it. Belotti. You just released a season objective card of Belotti. Why would anyone, if they actually wanted Belotti, go for this team of the week. I'm not even going to look into that. But we go to Talvin, and it is going to be our last player. Talvin, I actually like it. I think has he got a better card? Yeah, I was actually about to say. I swear he's got a moments card. So he's got a team of the week moments card, and he actually has a well done, EA, once again, doing what you do best. Engine, chem style. I agree. Could possibly be the way to go. You could obviously do a hunter if you want to use him up front. Hunter is definitely outrageous on him. Engine, maybe you could even put a sniper. Let me see how good the sniper chem style is on him. Sprint speed needs still upgrading. Shot power is like slacking behind a little bit, but I believe it's good enough. Balance is a bit of a sticky one. Engine, I agree. Engine is definitely the way to go. If you're using up top, put a hunt on him. But that is going to be the end. And I'm actually going to give this team of the week a rating out of 10. It's a good team of the week. It's really high rated players. And the one thing I do say as well, if you got top 100, which I actually got, I can't say yet because, you know, Foot Champ Highlights Part 2 is not out. You thought I was going to ruin it for you guys. But top 100, 11 informs. You've got yourself what? That's 11. That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You got 16 players here. You're pretty much guaranteed one of the high-rated players. And that, for me, is what Weekend League is all about. Guaranteed getting the top-tier players and getting a bit of coins out of it. But if you guys did enjoy it, actually, I forgot to rate it out of 10, didn't I? 9 out of 10, without a doubt. But if you guys did enjoy the video, leave a like, leave a comment. And for now, peace.